That's it, guys. Misha's gonna be sad forever. There's nothing we could do. There's nothing. We didn't comfort her. Dude. Anywho, man, imagine if I did that the first time around, and now, weird it would have gotten a little bit, considering, you know, everything that we've discovered up till this point. It seems like I ate too much yesterday because I wake up in the morning feeling just nauseous enough for it to be a problem. I hate nauseousness. I really can't postpone going into town for shopping though, so despite wanting to roll over and sleep it away, I force myself to get up and dress instead. Dude, get some Pepto-Bismol or something. Oh man. Drink like a little bit of it and you'll be fine. Somewhere between buying toothpaste and not Pepto-Bismol, I end up walking it off. Then I feel hungry. After stopping for breakfast, it hits me how much time has gone by. Well, it's daytime now. I hadn't expected it to be this long at all. I'm not even sure if I bothered to lock my door. Uh-oh. I should really get back. Dude, what do you mean? What the shit? Why are you here? Why are you in my room? Oh, it's not my room yet. How can you just forget to lock your... I do that fucking thing where, like, I lock the door and then I check the lock to make sure I actually did it, like, 5 times. I'm fucking paranoid. When I get back to the dorm, I see Hideki standing in front of my room from the entrance. I can think of a few things more unexpected, and I can't help thinking I might just have a heart attack from surprise. Don't say that. Fortunately, it doesn't happen. Oh, thank God. Dude, I'm telling you, he should never make heart attack jokes, because he can actually have one at any given moment. Well, maybe that's why. Maybe that's why he makes heart attack jokes. As soon as he sees me, he says hello in his usual detached way. I'm a little too slow to reply to him, so he repeats the greeting without missing a beat. Hello. Is something wrong? I'm just surprised to see you here. Not as surprised as I could have been, since it's impossible to, like, actually mistake him for anyone else. I'd recognize those weird clothes anywhere. Come to think of it, I've really surrounded myself with distinctive-looking people lately. Everyone in a visual novel's gotta look distinct, man, except the main protagonist. That's how it usually goes. Hideki's head lolls slightly to one side, a little... Ooh, burp too easily. Why? Is it unusual to see someone's family come to see them? Well, actually, yes. Yes, actually. What the... Wait, what the hell did you just do? Come on. Oh, he looks... You see that? So Hideki isn't as such a robot after all. In fact, it's almost as if he's more caught off guard by the fact he even can be caught off guard, but then recovers quickly. Nevertheless, in that brief moment, he looks his age. That uncomfortable side of his seems like the more honest, and I wouldn't mind seeing more of it. Not so much though. Not so much so that I'd go out of my way to pry. Only Shizune would be that zealous. That my thoughts would get so far as proof that she's rubbing off on me. Oh no. I think that you'd have a reason, you know, that's all. There is one. Visiting family. See? Anyway, we could talk while we're looking for her. That's why you're here, right? Shizune is in the student council room. I was actually looking for you. We might take a trip soon, a family trip. Do you think she would want to come with us? Yeah, I don't know. She's kind of been on a warpath lately, and this is aside from the usual kind of warpaths. This is like a warpath advanced Mark 17. And once she's, you know, focused on something, she ain't just gonna drop it. But, I guess you would know that. Hideki looks much more at ease walking around than I did my first week. So, this isn't your first time here? I wouldn't think that. Just throwing it out there. Of course, completely ignoring the surrounding environment could just run in the family. It explained why Hideki seems so distant from Shizune. I get the feeling there's more to it than just her deafness. No, but this is my first time I could walk around so much. It is kind of weird here. I bumped into a person who told me women are not allowed in the dorms. Got him. It's like how we mistook him as a one of the female persuasion when we first met him. After I told him I am not a woman, he told me I was misleading and then accused me of being an assassin. That's Kenji right there. I should have realized from this part, but no. It took the being accused of being an assassin for me to get it. I was warned that he was not only invincible, but strong enough to probably destroy the building with a punch. Or at least knock over the painting hanging in the hallway. By the way, that painting is actually screwed to the wall. Oh. So you're telling me those weird-ass paintings are just screwed to the wall? Yeah, that's the guy across the hall from me. He's alright. He's okay. I see. Oh, you left your door open. It was unlocked when I came here. I'm a little annoyed that Hideki knows that. The only way he could have known that is if he'd opened my door, but the feeling passes. It doesn't matter. Literally all I have is my pills in there, so I have nothing to hide or steal. I even said it. Your soccer ball is really nice. In fact, I stole it. God damn it. That's one of the things that doesn't matter. Not that I could ever play soccer ever again. Oh no. If you are a soccer player, a soccer ball is very important. I guess it is. That thought makes me smile. I remember my days. I'm here because my father bought a new phone, and he wanted to update Shizune in case she needs to call him. I thought that you should know too, since you're her boyfriend, aren't you? Yeah, I mean, I guess I am. Kinda. I think. Why? Just in case there is something wrong, or she needs anything. It isn't what I meant, but I'll go along. Even if she did, she probably wouldn't call. 'Cause, that's how she is. I mean, well, if coming all the way here for that, though, he could have just updated her via email. He does not like using emails. Of course he doesn't. That's so old-fashioned. Don't tell me that he still does business through regular mail or something. Silence. Now it's my turn to feel awkward. Is Hideki taking it literally, or did I hit the mark? Nah. I'm sure that what it really comes down to is that he does want to see his daughter and stay in contact with her. In the end, they are still family after all, even though they play at each other, at being at each other's throats. Oh my god. All the time, dude. The door to the student council room is open, and Hideki and I walk in on Jigoro in mid-rant. Oh boy, what the hell is he ranting about now? He sees us, but decides that it's not something worth stopping rambling at Shizune over. This is really shaking my faith in my previous assumption. When I was in the student council, our room was smaller, colder too. Like working out of a meat locker. Not like you spoiled kids. What a waste. Sitting here in your giant room doing nothing. Oh my god, Shizune. Aren't there only 3 of you? That makes having so many desks only seem like an unnecessary display of mindless decadence. Appalling. You must use the desks you need and not one more. It is part of my code. He You literally... She literally can't hear you. I just screamed that at him. It may be odd of me to think so, but hearing only half the conversation is pretty strange. Also, that's some code. Now that I've arrived, he changes the subject and starts talking about the reason he's here. Hideki and I are going on a trip. What are you doing? Does everyone who use sign language mumble while they do it? Oh my god. No, I'm just an amateur. God, it helps me think. It's kind of like a force of habit. It's true. Well, like when you're just learning to do something, especially if it's like sign language, you're probably going to talk what you're signing. It just helps, I guess. Just an amateur. Unbelievable. Fine. He turns back to Shizune just in time to catch her, shaking her head from side to side. Are you sure you won't be coming along? She reiterates the gesture. Fine. Can you tell her to call me if she needs anything? Yeah. I'll do just that. I really think, sending an email would have been easier, though. I'm not going to read emails on my phone. What crazy talk. If she won't speak, she could call Hideki. I suppose if I have to be reached, you would have to call me. Or that other girl would have to call me. Actually, all three of you could just call Hideki. Fuck it, I don't care. And with that, he swiftly turns and leaves, Hideki trailing behind him. A long trip for something that took 5 minutes. Neither of them can express their feelings very well. In Shizune's case, I have to question whether she would if she could. Kind of explains a lot, but she doesn't seem unhappy with the arrangement. Even so, I wonder if she might be... What? She just locked the door? Or no, she locked... Wait. No, they left. When the door closes behind them, leaving Shizune and me by ourselves, she lets out a deep breath that seems to echo in the silence of the room. It's totally ridiculous asking me to go on a trip. The timing couldn't be worse. It overlaps with the student council elections for one. Second, I haven't even cheered Misha up yet. If you consider that, it's annoying to even have anything else to think about. Yeah, but you might be too focused on all that stuff right now. I'd be pretty focused on at least the cheering up Misha part, because, yeah, Shizune adjusts her glasses roughly. You're gonna break those. Completely 130% right. Why'd I say 130% right? You know what? Sure. The minute I decided I was going to cheer up Misha, everything else went on the back burner, I suppose. I think your dad might care about you more than he lets on. I know. So then it could be a good idea. No. Well, I knew it was coming. And then again more firmly, as if for the both of us, no. After coming this far, I can't take a break. A vacation would be jarring. It would be like waking up to it in a different life. Yesterday was like my vacation. So now we have to go all in. I'm sorry, but that's just how I am. I mean, I understand. Understandable. I remember what Yuko said, that she found Shizune brave in a kind of way. I think I understand what she meant, and I gotta agree. Even though it could also be called recklessness and foolishness and pointless stubbornness. And he just keeps listing things. I guess you could call it bravery too. However, I can see that there is a fundamental flaw in Shizune's thinking that I hadn't noticed until now. I'm sure that Shizune has reflected longer and more arduously than I could about where she messed up to create such a situation between her and Misha. However, as typical for her, she wouldn't let it hold her back and immediately set out to fix the problem. This completely ignores a large part of the problem, Misha herself. Moving from critical introspection to holding Misha up as part of a goal causes the person to get lost in the shuffle. Shizune has said a lot in the past few days, but nothing about how Misha feels. Yeah, it's probably the one thing that's kind of like, Shizune's way of thinking is abnormal. Few normal people would reject a friend and then expect things to go back the way they were so easily. Shizune does, because she sees life as, if I had to put it simply, capable of being segmented and compartmentalized. Misha, like anyone else, sees it as a whole experience. A long, continuous journey where one moment of heartache can follow you forever. Like he said, like anyone else, that's basically how most people see it. For Shizune, an event is an event, and few of them cross over. Life is compartmentalized around triumphs, failures, and decisions, where each one stands as its own story. It's why the thought of a vacation is jarring to her. It's why she can only appreciate people's immediate emotions. Jesus, it's like just going, he's like diving deep into this Shizune mind. I mean, we know that's how she is. It's just, it's like how he's like spreading it all out for you. It's exactly how someone obsessed with living in the moment would think, really. Likewise, Shizune can see Misha as a friend, but I doubt that she has ever thought of Misha as anything more until recently, or questioned anything about her. Misha is Misha would be enough for her, even if to Misha, it must be unbelievably stifling. Shizune is just Shizune to herself. It's likely she doesn't even think about the after effects of her actions in the long term, as long as they stir up other people's lives. To Misha, though, I'm sure it made her seem almost heroic, like Yuko admiring her bravery, and even myself. And Shizune's thoughts on the sentiment are that it was good she could touch someone's life. But it ends there. It's easy to captivate, much harder to nurture. On to the next thing. Thinking of life in terms of almost completely isolated events has a tendency to isolate a person too. Jesus Christ, that's deep. Though she's trying to remedy it now, brain, the point remains. There is simply no way Shizune could have avoided hurting Misha. Nope. Her emotional investment in Shizune was something Shizune could never account for, so she didn't. Combined with her personality, it was inevitable Jedi. Both of them have pretty much told me all of that in bits and pieces over the past couple months that I've known them. In the middle of considering their differences, an idea begins to take shape in my mind. What do you got to help me? Are you working on your plan right now? This second? Your, cheer up Misha plan? Of course. I was thinking about it the whole time I was being yelled at. I mean, what else are you gonna do? Flicking up her glasses to the bridge of her nose with an oddly triumphant air, she taps her finger against her temple. It's multitasking. Really? Isn't it more like you're able to concentrate on something like that because you can't hear? That's what I said. I barged into the room like, I can't hear her. Or wait, he can't hear you. I mean, she can't hear. Well, whatever. When I ask her what she thinks of mine, turns out we both arrived at a similar idea. Oh, what do you got for me? I'm gonna be honest. I just want Misha to be smiling. Actually happy again, not fake happy like she usually is. Although it makes me feel uneasy since we're talking about a human being. The first step is to corner Misha. Oh my god, that is uneasy. That is like that is wee-woo sentence territory. Though the situation is a little too much like something out of a cop drama for me, it's come to this because talking to her normally is proving to be near impossible. But we do have classes together. Even the very first class of the day. Haha, you take one side, I'll take the other. She'll never escape. Oh god. Although it takes a while for the announcement to come, the second that I hear we're going to be working in groups today, Shizune and I try to make sure Misha is in ours. Just like kidnap her like they kidnapped me at the start of the game. I think Muto assigns a suspiciously large amount of group work and self-study. Don't you think so? But it's easy, so it's okay, right? Yeah? There's other stuff I've been thinking about lately. That might not be okay, though. Misha nods after each sentence and then brushes it all aside. I thought about it, and I don't do enough work when I work with you and Shik-chan. So I'm going to try harder today. I fucking knew she was going to do something like this. So, don't distract me, Hick-chan. I gotta stay focused. Oh, like Shizune's just like right behind her. That was an annoyingly transparent dodge. Shizune doesn't look too happy either, since Misha didn't bother to sign any of it, opting to twirl a pen in her hand instead. From the shaky way she's doing it, I'm sure it was so she wouldn't sign anything inadvertently. From the way Misha looks, distracted and uneasy, I doubt it's because she wants to keep Shizune out of the loop for any malicious reason, although it's still obviously a way of distancing Shizune from herself. Shizune wants to talk to you. Oh god. Can't it wait till later, Hick-chan? No. She even said it! No. Why not now? We're in the middle of class. Now she's spinning a pen in each hand. I'm beginning to think her signing has turned into a nervous kind of tick for her. This isn't a good replacement, although the sight of her dual wielding is actually pretty impressive. I wish I could do that. I can't even spin one pen in my hand. After class, then. I swear to God. She's gonna try and dip out of here. She's gonna get out, but we're gonna be ready. After class, I don't waste a second bringing it up. We're already there. We like jumped on her. And I don't mean in that kind of way. Not like a dog piling kind of way. Just as everyone else flies out of the classroom, leaving the three of us alone, Misha takes increasingly longer glances in every direction except forward. You want to get something to eat? Why do you and Shik-chan keep asking me if I want to eat something, Hick-chan? Because food is fucking great. Because we're all headed to the cafeteria and we haven't eaten together in a long time, so why the hell not? Is this about the student council? No. Today, what? Taking Shizune's lack of reply as admission, Misha sighs. Shik-chan, is that all you ever think about? Wait, hold on. Before Shizune can reply, she leaves. Well, I have to say I'm not left feeling very confident after what just happened. Neither of us were expecting to go so smoothly, but it would have been nice. Reading my mind, Shizune curls a finger around her glasses for a while before signing. I know what you're thinking, but no. It's not that I think we should give her some space now. I told you I wouldn't give up so easily. Yeah, well, now I'm starting to wonder if it's not too soon. Cold feet? No. Well, I'm not going to. That would be giving up on her. There's a fine line between helping someone and smothering them, but I just want Misha to pull herself together and stop acting so weird. Well, you know, I know she can do it. Even if she wants to try, people don't change overnight. If they could, the world would be a much easier place. You're fucking right on that account. Alright, you win. Then I guess this is the part where we split up and look for her. Though I'm the only one who is really supposed to find her. If I run into her first, I'll call your cell phone. Alright, I like this plan already. Smiling, Shizune takes out her cell phone, turning it on to prepare. I notice that she has an extremely high number of unread messages, and looking at her expression, so does she. Twirling it around by the strap a couple times, she grimaces. I don't like using this thing, I could tell. Why can't I just snap my fingers? What do you mean? And then what? I'm not a dog. It doesn't travel as far as a phone signal. You're having a lot of fun with this, aren't you? Shaking her head from side to side, she continues. It's obvious where she will go. You can't look for her on the school grounds. She would want to go as far away as she can. Check the tea shop? It's usually empty this early. Misha loves to go there if she feels like skipping class. And she loves the parfaits they have there. Oh, trust me, I know. You really know a lot about her. But she would overthink it and turn it into something that would seem a lot more backhanded than it actually was. So I choose to just not, just smile and wave, and leave instead until I feel her holding onto my sleeve. What? What? Wait, what? We have a plan, I'd say instinctively, forgetting that she can't hear me. It feels nice that I don't have to do it all by myself anymore, because I can trust you. I'm really happy. Oh, well, I mean, I'll always be here. It makes me happy to hear it. I can't think of a way to respond and end up only nodding again. Alright. Oh, hey, I see you creeping behind everyone. Heading outside, I catch a glimpse of pink hair behind some other girl's head. And I head that way. Head. I realize that this isn't the way you go if you want to leave school. It's the way to the student council room. If I wanted to avoid Shizune, I would not head there. It's strange that Misha would be going in that direction then. Maybe she wants to talk things over with Shizune. In which case, I have to wonder if letting things play out naturally would be such a bad idea after all, especially if it seems like it's going to be going in a good direction. Oh, whoop. Suddenly, Misha stops and spins around, catching me by surprise. Ah, she had me! Surprise, Hick-chan! Were you looking for me? I had a feeling. I was going to say, hey, I was looking for you, but I suppose that's no good now. What the shit? She hasn't even finished with her sentence before she blows past me, heading for the exit. I have to admit that Misha is infuriatingly sharper than I'd expected. Also surprisingly fast. God, how can you move with such big breasts? Although it's more physical activity than I think I should be getting. Oh no. I managed to catch up with her halfway to the gate. Oh yeah, Misha, you'd feel really fucking bad if I just had a heart attack right now while trying to get your goddamn attention. Jesus Christ. You're being literally, you are being the rudest worm woman in the world right now. Can you just stop running away for like a second? I want to talk to you. Misha turns on her heel, looking mildly amused, and raises her hands as if to tell me to go on. Now that I've got her attention, though, it's hard to think of the right thing to say. Huh, I didn't think this actually happened. Where are you going now? The Shanghai. Can I go with you then? I'm not going to the Shanghai anymore. Waiting for her to answer feels like an eternity. It's almost as if I can hear my wristwatch ticking off the individual seconds. God, that's like hypersensitivity. Okay then, Hick-chan. Oh, I get the sense that she only agreed because she doesn't want to argue anymore today. Excellent. I win. When we get there, a couple comes in, causing Misha to jump slightly at the noise. Why are you jumpy? Seeing that it isn't Shizune, she relaxes again. Okay, yeah, that's definitely why you'd be jumping. Smiling almost as usual, to order a parfait from Yuko and sliding into the nearest booth. You ran off too fast. You could have at least waited to see what she was going to say. Misha's angry reaction tells me it could be that she was afraid of what Shizune might actually say. Why are you both doing this, Hick-chan? Because Shizune still wants to be your friend. I guess that for her, it's kind of like launching a nuclear missile from a submarine. You need two keys to do it. Wait, that's a fucking metaphor. What else can she do, though? She isn't automatically signing whatever she hears or says anymore. And I'm sure that is the reason Shizune's been having so much trouble with her. If she tried to just talk it over, you wouldn't listen. Misha's guilty expression tells me I've hit the mark. Do you really hate Shizune that much? No, Hick-chan. I told you that. She answers without even flinching, idly playing with a spoon. Yeah, I know. I'm sure she knows it too, but I wonder if it might be easier if you did. The only thing she's really thought about for the last week is how to make you happy. Since Shizune is still attached to you. Yesterday, though, she thought that maybe it would be easiest for her, or for you, if you just hated her. And since you didn't tell her you hate her, Shizune thinks that you can both still be friends. She's like that, really, only thinking in extremes. You know that. Her parfait is starting to melt, the ingredients coming together in tiny rivers that remind me of the growing roots of a tree being shown through time-lapse photography. Don't worry, Shamisha likes eating it in a messy, globby mess. That's stupid. Shik-chan isn't that stupid, Hik-chan. Don't be ridiculous. Don't. It's got nothing to do with intelligence. Smart people can do a lot of stupid things. And anyway, isn't it true? I was terrified last week when we talked, but at the end, I was relieved because it sounded like things might go back to normal. I wasn't expecting you two to have a fight right after. It wasn't a fight, Hik-chan. It was just me yelling at her. I've noticed that Misha's voice never really changes in tone, just volume. It's so low with guilt that I can hardly believe it came from her. Oh, so she's actually being quiet now. I guess that would make sense. Either way, I was happy because I thought you and her could still be friends, since she needs you. No she doesn't, Hik-chan. So? How do you know that? There's a lot of things there's a lot of things that Shizune doesn't vocalize, say, talk about. All the above. I'm afraid if I say the wrong thing, it'll ruin the mood. I get to finally have a conversation with her, and I don't want to screw it up. I wonder if this is the first time she's had an honest conversation with me. Just because she didn't tell you doesn't mean she doesn't like you. That doesn't make sense. Yo, yes it does. Otherwise she would argue back. You don't think so? She picks fights with everyone, so why not you? Obviously, because you're her friend. She values you. And Shizune is hurt too. She's just awful at showing her feelings. I draw it like really bad. Usually does it the wrong way too, but she still likes you. Hik-chan, do you remember when I said I didn't want to hate Shik-chan or upset her? The truth is, I ended up doing both. Now it's like there's like an awkwardness between us. It's hard to explain. Oh, both of you are so stubborn. You were talking about how you didn't want to drift apart from Shizune, but then you're just gonna let it happen. And Shizune is just as bad. She wants to be your friend, but respects you too much to be as aggressive as she'd be with anybody else. And I'm sure that Misha interprets Shizune's giving her space as a lack of caring. I screwed up already, Hik-chan. It'll happen again. I'm sure when I think about it that way, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. It feels like either way I'll end up making things worse. Then it might be better if I didn't do anything at all, right? Don't be don't be ridiculous. Why would you even think that way in the first place? Be more positive. Like me. It should be easy for you, I want to say, but that would be presumptuous. Hik-chan, I never knew you were so optimistic. I never expected it. Wow. Trust me, I wasn't before, like after the heart problem. You always act so gloomy when I try and surprise you. Nah, this is a recent thing. Really, I just hate it when people give up easily now. Now, huh? Makes me mad when people give up. I used to think that giving up was kind of like running away, because it kind of is. Since that's how people always describe it. Did I say describe it? Wow, whatever. But now that I think about it, it's more like throwing something away. When you run away from something, you could think of it as still being there. So I was in the hospital, and I didn't just want to run away from my problems. I wanted to never think about them again. Misha eats a spoonful of her gray ice cream goo. Did she only just remember it was there now, or could it be she likes it that way? You know she does. You've watched her, dude. Fucking eat it like that. Anyway, my point is, you can't do that. People are just too sentimental to just throw their memories out like that. Ain't that true? It's impossible. Shizune can't think of life in terms of anything but winning and losing. Don't you think she wishes she didn't have to remember the parts where she loses? You can't pick and choose, though. That's like wanting to live in a bubble. The worst part is, your way of thinking is so wasteful. It's making you so pessimistic that you're afraid of everything. Come on now. I grab her hand and wave over Yuko over with the other to pay for our food. Where are we going now? Back to school before lunch is over. But I want to check out a few places before then. Oh boy. Oh, the music. Although I start feeling tired even after doing what could be described as on the level of a brisk jog at best, where my heart could explode, Misha and I eventually make it to the gate of the school with a little over 10 minutes to spare. I didn't really want to come to this school, you know? I didn't have a choice. When I got to this gate, I'm sure a part of me was thinking, what a depressing place. It doesn't look depressing at all, though. Well, I still thought I had everything figured out. Felt practically like another person. If I could, I'd go back and tell myself to stop thinking he could just write everything off at a glance. And acting like his life is already over. And he can never have fun again. The school grounds are still littered with quite a few people. It's lunchtime, so it's typical. This is where you and Shizune had me helping you put together 2 festivals. What a lot of hard work, I thought. I don't have time for this. When I look back on it, though, I didn't even do all that much. I also didn't have anything better to do. I just spent my time alone. Ain't that right? I drag her to our homeroom next, which is empty except for Muto trying to eat a sandwich before classes resume. He just, looks up. He doesn't even, say, what do you need, or anything. He just, looks back down at his sandwich. Every time I thought of either of you, I wished you would just leave me alone. Whether it was here, or I'm seeing Muto. Leaving Muto to his lunch, we head for the nearby vending machine, and I grab a soda while I still have 5 minutes to drink it. I spent an entire lunch period with Misha, longer than both Shizune and I have ever managed to talk to her in the last few days. Following me to the cafeteria, or trying to corner me and after half my classes. I never realized we only talked 4 times. It really was all in my head. I only barely realized it now. I remember that, Hick-chan, but I know where all these places are too. Wait, let me finish our guided tour, since we're running out of time. By the way, do you want a soda? Making our way to the stairwell, fuck that soda. I'm glad that I don't have to pull her by the hand anymore. Oh, she's just walking along then. You get dizzy on stairs, right? Yeah. I guess here's just good enough then. I lean against the wall as Misha sits down on the steps across from me. Do you ever miss the people you went to school with in elementary school? Or hell, even in middle school? No. That was fast. She didn't even have to think about it. I find myself cringing reflexively. I had more friends in my old school, but I don't talk to them anymore. It almost feels like that was another lifetime ago. Which is sad, really. Sometimes I want to talk to them again, but I know I can't. I'm scared and embarrassed, things like that. They're too far away from me now to go see them. Then I think about calling them, but I don't even know most of their numbers. And I left on a sour note, so why would they want to see me again? Feels like I should just forget about it. But I still think about it anyway, and regret that I didn't try harder and to stay in touch even somehow. And I start to think that maybe feeling like I should forget about it is wrong. it would be an insult to all those people I had fun with and a waste of all the good times. Like I said before, even if there are bad times too, it's alright if you can just look back on them as happy memories. But I didn't even think about it back then. So it was like I woke up one day and realized, oh, I had no friends. I just let myself lose all my friends. And let me tell you, it felt awful. I'd really hate it if you and Shizune ended up the same way. That's all. God damn! What a man! That's all. Makes me sad to think that you'll do the same thing and push your friend away. Especially because you're not far away from Shizune. I mean, you even live in the same dorm. Friends, Aren't you my friend too, Hick-chan? Yeah. You slept through all of it, but the fireworks were really nice way back at the festival. My first time seeing fireworks like that, and my first time really seeing the sky in a while. And I'd never really looked at the stars before then either. I had thumbed through a book about them while I was in the hospital, though, and learned a lot. Like the stars aren't just burning, they're more like a constant chain of explosions so far away that some of the stars I'd be seeing would have been burnt out for 1,000 years already. Ain't that crazy? It's that their light would only just be reaching Earth. I saw a mock-up comparing the size of the planet to our sun, and then that to other suns. Japan wasn't even visible on the tiny Earth in that book. You know what I'd have never realized? She looks at me expectantly. They're amazingly shiny. It's true. Why are you doing this, Hick-chan? Doing what? I'm not stupid. I don't know. A bunch of reasons. Because you're Shizune's friend. And I liked how close you were. Maybe I'm trying to tell you that we all have our low points, but giving up is stupid. Anyway, it seems worth the trouble. That's the only reason? And you're my friend. That's it? Damn it! Can't I just do something for no reason? You can, but I want to know. What else do you want to hear? Oh, shit. No, we need to keep going with this. We're in deep. The bell rings before Misha can reply, so she ends up laughing instead. No! We had a thing. We were going. It's work. I feel like I got to her though. I got to her. It's fine. I'm fully. I see less of Misha. Well, god damn it. I had a game. Oh, that was so good. And now I fucked it. Nah, it's probably fine. He even says don't, but don't worry. Oh, she's looking like, oh, well, I gotta save that for next time, don't I? Yes, I did get to her. Yes.